Hello and welcome everybody, this is Patrocles. Now today we have episode 3 of our advanced Aramusha video series where we are going to talk about openers and punishes. Now the Aramusha is very much a counter-attacker, so for us, a lot of our openers and punishes are the same thing. So if you want to get the most out of your Aramusha, let's get started. Now the Aramusha is designed around defensive mechanics. These are one of the only tools we have to really get our openings and to take the initiative in the fight. Now how we're actually defining opener for the Aramusha is anything that gives us access to our heavy finishers and therefore our deadly feints and our infinite combos. And all we need is that one punish to allow us access to that side of our kit so we can really unleash the offense. What I want to talk about first is our openers that aren't actually punishes, and we only have a couple of these. And our first and most viable option is our 4- top heavy, and this is because it has the hyper armor and it's feintable. It gives us a ton of different options. Now the first and most common one you see is the feint into guard break. As soon as you land it, you've opened up your offensive kit. However, it is more common and people are starting to counter it. So I tend to lean towards using a light instead of a guard break. If you land it, it opens up your kit the exact same way. Now, of course, you can use this for baiting out attacks as well. Just hard cancel and wait for that heavy attack to come so you can get that nice easy parry. It also has a very fast cancel into blade blockade. Now, we covered this completely on the other episode, and I'll leave a link to that here. But one of its best uses is baiting out the dash attacks, especially against characters with the light dash attacks. You can really get a fantastic punish on it. And lastly, we can use the hyper armor on it and just let it fly. It's a great tool for trading and finishing someone off. Okay, so our next tool we can use as an opener is going to be the backstep or the whiff. If we have the spacing, we can just let that first attack whiff so that when the second attack closes the gap, we have instant access to our deadly feints. Now, if you don't quite have the spacing, you can backstep that first attack, making sure that it whiffs and that you can't get parried before you do have access to your deadly feints. Okay, now I couldn't go through this without talking about the zone. Now, I do not consider the zone an opener, and I think it's dangerous to consider it one, and here's why. Let's say we do the typical zone mix-up. We go for the zone, cancel it, hit our guard break, gives us the top heavy, and now right here, we are finally in a scenario where we can get into our combo and throw our deadly feints. But look at our stamina here. We are in a very bad scenario and certainly not where we want to be when we finally open up our opponent and can lay out some offense. However, I do agree the zone is a fantastic move for chip damage and for throwing out something that's a little safer in a stare down situation. Now, moving on to our punishes. When you start practicing these in the arena, you should have the bot with the block active, so you know exactly what's guaranteed in a punish. But you should quickly be moving over to turning off the block so that you can get used to, as an Aramusha, just laying out offensive combos the second you have an opening from a punish. Now, the first and most basic punish is our heavy parry, guaranteeing us that top heavy for the 25 damage. Next is our light parry, which guarantees us that side heavy. And the side heavy, of course, gives us the top light. Now this gives us the 30 damage plus the 12 damage of the top light for the total of 42. Now for the guard break, that guarantees us that 25 damage on the top heavy, but of course always use it as an opportunity to open up your infinite chain. Now the guard break throw into wall splat guarantees us the side heavy and the top light, but this one's a little bit different than that light parry punish. The top light damage is nerfed, so it only guarantees us 33 damage instead of the 42. Into out of stamina punishes. The out of stamina throw punish can be very tricky to pull off. The timing is very tight on it. You need to delay your top light, side heavy into a top light. It guarantees 60 damage if you pull it off, as well as giving you a great opening into your infinite chain. Don't quite make the timing and whiff that first light, you'll still get 45 damage and your opening. Now if you're close to a wall, You can replace that first top light with a top heavy, side heavy into your top light, giving you 70 damage and your opening. Finally, we have the out of stamina parry, which gives us the side heavy and the side heavy finisher. This totals 75 damage. It's the only thing that doesn't give us an opener to our infinite combo, but it is entirely worth it based on that damage. And that sums up openers and punishes for the Aramusha. There was an absolute ton of information in those few minutes there, so I hope you guys found it useful. If you did, then leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what topics you guys want me to cover on the next few videos. Once again, this is Patrocles, and I'll see you guys on the next one.